I guess, Coach, did you even have a chance to look at your winners of all the awards?
Yes, that was something, I was happy to announce to the guys at the end of practice there. So, yeah, I caught wind of it before practice started. So, extremely proud of those guys. I think every single one of them has earned that. And certainly, I do honestly believe there's probably other guys that, could have been up for awards as well. So, I'm really, really happy for them, proud of them. But, as you hear, they got other things on their mind as well. So, it's really cool.
For sure, but what is it like when you see a guy like Milligan get as many as he did?
Now, I'm not sure I've seen that before. But again, he's earned everything. So, happy for him, proud of him.
Corey, let's go all the way back to day one. You get introduced as the Riders head coach. When you first roll in Milligan, did you expect something like this season from him? What led to this?
You saw it on tape that he was a special player. Obviously, the sample size of it, wasn't as extensive, but you saw enough where you're like, oh, that's a really good player. To see what he's been able to do this year has been outstanding. But just being around the guy every day, seeing how he conducts himself and how he prepares himself, it doesn't shock you to the success that he's had. So yeah, did I anticipate that he was going to be up for all three? No, but now that I'm here, doesn't shock me at all.
And back in training camp, Trevor Reed comes. There was a battle for left tackle. He emerges as the guy. Just the season he's put together. I think it's one sack maybe he's given up this year. He's been solid.
Yeah, very, very fast in training camp. You saw his athleticism, something that you don't see often. We knew that there was going to be a little bit maybe of a learning curve for like any rookie coming in, to pick up the playbook and pick up the CFL game. But a credit to him, he put in the work. He does sit with his elder statesman and is trying to soak up as much knowledge. And even for the fact that, he's sitting here and receiving that award, there's still tons that he continues to push to try to learn. He's only going to get better. The number one thing, though, he's been able to stay healthy. And, protection-wise, we do a bunch of different things to try to eliminate. There's a lot of great defensive line and great defensive linemen where you can't take out everybody, so you got to leave guys one-on-one. And whenever Trevor's had that job, he's been pretty dang good, man. So, again, happy for him just to keep pushing through any adversity that's thrown to a rookie. He still keeps climbing, so pleased.
Especially, Corey, when you're starting a rookie at a position that is so crucial to the health of your quarterback, to have him come in relatively untested at the professional level and do what he's done, how much does that add to it?
No, I think big time. But, I feel to prep those guys, when we had the competition there, we've got some pretty good defensive ends, I thought, specifically in camp as well, that he was going to get tested. So we were going to find out pretty quick if he would be able to, get the job done, and he proved it. So, again, another guy, I think, he's earned the right to be nominated for that, and he shows it every week. So I'm excited for the kid. I'm excited for his future because I know there's still tons of stuff that he's going to get even better at, and we're sitting here talking about the award that he just received. So excited for him.
You've referred a few times in recent weeks to Roland and the extra work that he puts in. What type of things does he do that go beyond practice and games that people might not see?
Yeah, I think the main thing that always jumps out to me is just his willingness to. He's eager, what's the game plan or how to study. Some guys, could just come in and get their meeting room and watch the film. He's the type that's going to watch the extra stuff. He's going to sit in with his coaches for hours on end and trying to understand the opponent to a different degree, different detail of how he can make a play for our team or, help somebody else make a play. So just having the wherewithal to understand it's a new system for himself, and he just wants to be the best, man. So it's easy to say that, but your actions have to follow, and he constantly does that.
To hear each guy come in here and say, sure, the individual award is nice, but we got to get that Grey Cup, we got to get that ultimate goal. How satisfying or how nice is that just to hear as a coach?
Yeah, no, I think, you know, I would assume most teams probably have that same thought process. Excuse me, but, you know, we spoke about it day one of training camp. Man, there's a lot that goes into every season, and we believe in the group that we have, and we want so badly to give this province what it deserves, and we all see that. Now, there's a lot of work ahead of us, and again, every team probably has the same thought process, but I believe the focus is where it should be. But you know, that's a totality. You know, we do take the process week by week. So, but you know, it's nice to hear. But
We've talked lots about Logan Ferland this year. Consistency obviously is one thing, but versatility, just being able to deploy him basically anywhere. How valuable has he been, and obviously deserving for him to get that award?
unbelievable. Truthfully, if we had to plug him in at right tackle, left guard, he could do it at a high level. Just really, really proud. We talked about him taking a step as a leader, taking a step in his play. We looked at some things where we felt like he can improve, and I think he surpassed the bar that I had personally set for him. I think he surpassed that this year. And again, same thing for him. He's itching to find ways to get better as well. So they're not really complacent with that. But with Logan, the sky's really the limit, man. He's elite at whatever position he's playing.
You mentioned encouraging Logan to take on a leadership role. What did you want to see from him? Being more vocal? How did you want to see that happen?
Yeah, just pushing from that standpoint for sure. You know, he's as far as you know, guys returning to the roster, he's been around for, you know, longer than a lot of people. He knows exactly what it's like to play in this province. He knows the expectations. He knows a lot of things that, shoot, even myself, I haven't experienced it. But for having that confidence that, you know, his play is only going to get better, but to be able to push the guys around him to meet the expectation of what it's supposed to look like, I thought that was going to be value. And certainly, you know, the way the season turned out, he attached himself to Yoshi as soon as camp started. Unfortunate what happened with Yosh, but I mean, Logan kind of took the torch right there, and it's been incredible. So very, again, pleased to see the progression of him, not only as a player, but as a person and as a leader.
How complete of a player is Samuel Amelis as a receiver?
Yeah, and that's a great question because he's going to get the accolades for the 1,000 yards and all that stuff. Time and time again, we show clips in team meetings, and it has nothing to do with the catches. You cut the tape, you're going to see him blocking his tail off for his teammates. You're going to see him in there tussling with defensive ends and not losing the battle. Super selfless guy. And you got a selfless person who's also an excellent and a talented player as well when his number's called. That's somebody you want for sure in the organization. Big fan of Sam.
Awesome. Thanks, Roy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.